Hey, what's going on, folks? It's DeSauce here, bringing you a brand new guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my personal favorite bosses for Nioh, um, this big gargantuan here. I absolutely love this fight, and it is the Gasha Dokuro. I probably butchered that name, but I absolutely love this fight. It 100% reminded me of Demon Souls, and I'm a pretty big fan of these Souls games, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the biggest thing for this boss fight right off the gate is there are three large crystals that you're going to want to destroy before you enter this boss fight arena. I'm not sure if you have to, but you're definitely going to want to, as it makes it a whole lot easier across the board, because basically these pools that I'm standing in now grant buffs only when you've defeated them, and there's like little quadrant areas across the map. So the idea for this fight is relatively simple. You run up to one of his body parts, you break off the materia crystals, and then he falls over and you go to town on his forehead. What I did find quite amazing, though, is that when you activate your living weapon, you actually have it prolonged as long as you stand in these pools. Like, you see those three little buffs and how quickly they wear off. Well, it'll also regenerate your living weapon over time. So the main objective, like I said, is to simply just break the crystals on his hands or his feet, and then go and attack his skull when he's vulnerable. And like you see here, the pool is causing the living weapon gauge to go up. On occasion, he will summon ads with these orbs that he's spinning out right now. You can kind of see one in the bottom right corner. Here we go. And I take him out pretty easily, so it's not something you really want to worry about. The biggest thing to this fight is that fire breath. It seemed to kind of have a continuous kind of stun thing, I noticed, so that's something you'll definitely want to keep track of. All in all, this boss has 6 limbs that you can attack for the weak points. 2 arms on each side and 2 legs. I think I only need to attack maybe 4 in order to kill him. So that's pretty much it for this boss fight. There's not a whole lot of other stuff that you need to worry about. You know, just I think the biggest thing that you can do is once you pop your living weapon, make sure that it keeps being extended by either A, killing the secondary ads that the boss will spawn into the playroom, or stand in the pool as long as you possibly can to have that buff regenerated. As for recommended gear, like I've been saying, I really like the ball and chain weapon, and I like to use it in high stance with quick attacks, and I also highly recommend that you go with the earth-based talisman for damage buffing. That seemed to work the best for me, and it may be a little bit different for you, but that I just found to do chunks of damage. As you can see, the earth damage is actually doing almost as much, if not more, sometimes than my base damage, which I thought was really cool. That might be just because I was hitting him in the head, but I think the earth seems to work the best on the yokai. And that about wraps it up for this video. If you guys found the content to be useful, please feel free to leave me said like, and click on the little sauce at the end. That way you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And until next time, folks, thanks for watching, and stay saucy.